Pac, did you happen to watch some highlights?
Didn't watch. I heard. I didn't even know my man was fighting last night. Did you know that?
I did a last second kind of thing. It wasn't on my radar. No.
No.
Heard he struggled. God, that.
Listen.
How do you say it?
How do you say it? How do you say it?
He don't look like he got the dot no more. He look like he got the dot.
He doesn't.
And he's talking about fighting Mario Barrios.
Yeah.
Don't do that, bro.
Yeah. He so a little bit like him and Roy.
Look.
Yeah. That style doesn't age well because it's a style where he broke a lot of rules. Mm-hmm. His special athleticism and just things that only Manny Pacquiao can do. It doesn't age well. And actually, Sean, how do you think it? I know you're well past doing this, but you relied on athleticism too.
If you got a high performance car in your garage and you're never starting it up, and then when you do start it up, you just drive it down the street real quick and put it back in the driveway, it's not going to perform the way you want it to perform on fight night. When I turned it on and I saw how thick Manny looked, I said, well, he hasn't been working. Then when you see him getting hit with shots that we know back in the day he would have just batted down, or he just would have moved out of the way of, or he would have took a half step back. When he gets touched with that, I said, oh, his eyes aren't right. That's because he hasn't been training. And then when you could see him missing shots that he would have hit guys with 2 and 3 times. You know what I mean? We can never expect Pac to be the old Pac, but when you ain't working on it and you're not pushing it, you ain't coming close to doing anything that you think you're gonna be able to do on fight night. There's some recipe that Mayweather got where he don't allow nobody to see him look bad. That's enough for him to get up and work and do what he need to do. He know, this is what I do. I ain't gonna never let nobody see me look bad. When you ain't taking it serious like that, and you're not revving that engine and getting it to places it need to go on fight night, you're gonna look exactly how Pac looked. And I'm like, no, just stop. You're not training the way you used to train, so you're never gonna fight the way that you used to fight. And on top of that, age is setting in. So there's no way in hell we could ever expect you to get in the ring with the Mario Barrios and dazzle us the way you used to, even come close to it. That's a dangerous fight for him at this point.
Thank God this went like this. So hopefully he learned, like, okay, maybe that's it. But
yeah,
if we see him in the ring with Mario Barrios,
I feel like Mario isn't who I don't. The fight that he just had with your Dennis Ugas, I felt like that took a little bit out of him too.
And Fabian Maidana?
Yeah.
Or you mean Pacquiao with Ugas?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Mario Barrios. Yeah. Even though he knocked out your Dennis got to him a couple times too.
Yeah. He still he will punish Pacquiao in a fight, Sean.
You think he will punish Pacquiao?
Punish Pacquiao. And that's what you don't want to see a legend go out like that.
No.
It's kind of like he was one of our heroes, obviously.
Oh, yeah, one of the true greats.
Yeah, it's just like, but is it just so hard to let it go?
For some guys, I suppose. Yeah. Like, I heard years ago when I was going over there, his plan was to box and then retire and be president of the Philippines.
I think that's what everybody.
And then I know he got some governmental position with the Philippines.
He's a senator.
Yeah, he's a senator, and it's like, now put your focus on that, and you got to work your way to becoming the president if that's what you think that you want to do. But you can't. I don't know, man.
Well, that's a way worse business than even boxing, though. So.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like what else. Usually, or in my experience, it seems to me, fighters that don't want to let it go is usually because, in my experience, from my viewpoint, seems like that's all they have. That's all they want to have. That's all they ever aspired to have. And it's like, he's shown me years and years ago when I was working with him that he wanted to be the president of the Philippines. Why won't he let this go? Why is he continuing to box? And somebody said they thought maybe it could be even some financial issues that he got. I was like, God, dog.
He also likes to be loved a lot.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He's addicted to that.
That's another thing, too.
Yeah.
That's another thing, too. I think fighters can't let go of that fight night.
The glory.
That's, for me, that's the thing for me. I'll be in arenas like, nah, let it go. It ain't, they not here for you no more. You know what I mean? That's for me. That's the hard thing to let go, is that just knowing that you're not gonna get people that feeling that you used to give them when you're in the ring. Could be what he's chasing after.
Well, one thing, again, just so much of what made him special is it goes hand in hand with youth, work rate, conditioning, athleticism.
Yeah.
He's not Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
He's not a guy at 45, 46, 47 who's going to still be able to execute a lot of the stuff he could do when he was younger.
Yeah.
This is stuff you can only execute when your athleticism's there.
And
And
Bernard was in prison, so that saved a lot of his time.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it firsthand from Bernard, the executioner. He gets up with that mindset every single day
To this day.
work.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
We go out we go to LA, we catch him at a Golden Boy show. You wake up in the morning, you going into the workout facility, he coming out of the workout facility. You know what I mean? Like, that's his mindset. And if you're
He could still be on prison time.
but
You gotta wake up early.
especially with that kind of style, the only way you hold that style is by you got to keep working it. You got to keep.
I mean, he
working
held it a lot longer than I ever thought he would.
Hell yeah.
Like beating Thurman at 40 years old. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Was that the last great Manny we seen versus Thurman?
yeah, that was every great fighter has one great fight left in him. That was it. Was Thurman for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. He turned back the clock that night. It was like 2010 again. A little bit.
Turn back Thurman clock.
Not quite 20.
Yeah, that's what I said. A little bit. But,
It was enough to get the job done.
Yeah.
I think it was flashes of
At
2010.
the end, I got nervous.
The
Yeah.
funny thing you said though, and I got asked, why you think this performance ain't gonna get him a fight with Mario Barrios?
I hope,
Oh,
Sean.
it still could.
It's still,
Yeah,
it's the
he could do it
boxing
if-
game.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, what makes you think?
I just hope, man. I don't want to see this dude. This dude could go in there and get beat down with a young, youthful. He's a big 147 guy.
If he came, or if he had Freddie come out to the Philippines,
Okay.
for the 6 weeks that they usually do.
Add something else to it.
Then he came back to LA
Then
for
pick up Kenny
the
Porter.
3 to 4 weeks that they usually do.
Okay, then do something else.
If they did the old school,
Keep going.
I'm telling you from that standpoint, if he did it old school, I'd have faith in him.
No, your body is just it's
man.
over. Sean.
No?
No.
It was 3 years ago against Ugas. Barrios beat Ugas since then. Pretty handle. I mean, I know styles make fights and
Yeah.
everything. No, I just
Hit,
No.
yeah, hit.
Dang, that's
Yeah,
3 years ago
it
already?
was. Yeah.
Yeah, because man, you're supposed to fight Spence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anyone will sign up to fight him. He's Manny. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Give him Terrence Crawford. Terrence always won.
They didn't make that fight 10 years
that's
ago,
messed up.
12 years ago. They're not gonna make it now.
Should
10.
they have made it?
Yeah,
Did-
yeah. I
you
think
felt
so.
at some point they should have had Pac in the ring with Terrence?
I get
Yeah,
the
it's-
business.
I-
They protecting their baby.
Well, no, what it was is the last time Crawford ever went the distance was Postal. That was 2016. Crawford could have stopped him. For whatever reason, he dropped him twice and kind of opted to use lateral movement and went 12. So Freddie saw that fight, and I was told this by people at Top Rank, and he's like, I don't want to put Manny
Dangerous
in
fight.
there with he's got the movement that's going to give him issues, and so then Manny wanted a big like $20 million guarantee to get in there. They didn't know if you still got to pay Crawford after that and everything, and then Crawford, who I definitely think would have won the fight. Everybody wanted to see that torch get hand. Instead, he fights Bradley a third time, beats Bradley. Tim retires. Even Bradley wanted Crawford to get the fight, but Crawford, who doesn't love media, doesn't love doing interviews, he didn't do everything he could to campaign and get that fight. And I get it. That's not Terrence's style. Thankfully, that didn't wind up costing him with Spence. So he's good. But yeah, that fight should have happened. And I think Manny all time is a greater fighter than Terrence, but head to head, I think I'd probably favor Terrence because even in Manny's prime, I might have had to favor Terrence because he's a counterpuncher like Marquez. He's a longer, in some ways better than even Marquez counterpuncher. So styles make fights. Manny's accomplished more than Terrence has as fighters, but head to head, I'd probably give Crawford an edge.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
And the way he said that is the way we'll be talking about Canelo Benavidez.
That Canelo's a greater fighter, but head to head, you'd have to give Benavidez the edge. Right, right.